Co-creators and catalysts, it is so great to be back here at CCTV. Thank you so much to CoCreateX president and co-founder Matt Cameron for setting up this incredible production studio. Here we are today we got a bunch of the CoCreateX community members out there. Our buddy Brandon is standing by to buy a CoCreateX token, and ultimately today we're going to go through the process of making one CoCreateX token and selling it to our buddy Brandon, who we are so fortunate to have with us on the CoCreateX tour to Boston, where we've been putting on some shows with our buddy Travla, working on our bus at R&D Truck Repair. We picked up some solar controllers from our friends at Blue Sky Energy, and we're excited to have so many more events here in Cambridge and in Boston. So let's go over the parts that we have today. So in order to put together a CoCreateX membership token and certificate, you will need an envelope, a actual certificate with a UPC code, an NFC tag, as well as a token. And what's really cool about these tokens actually is that when we make them, the little plugs that drop out of these holes can be used to ultimately attach the token to the certificate. So we're always, using and reusing, reducing, reusing, and recycling. So anyway, let's get started. So the first step is to take the NFC tag and to remove it from the adhesive backing. So we'll do that right now. And they come off pretty easily. And sometimes they come off a little too easily, so you want to be careful that they don't fall. So here we go. We're going to apply it to the NFC. We're applying the NFC tag to the token. And now we've got the NFC tag applied to the token. So we're just going to press around the outside and make sure it's fully applied. We're going to look over the token and make sure that it's nice and clean and doesn't have any burrs or chips. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to position this token directly onto the membership certificate. So the membership certificate comes with a little frame right around where the token will be. And you want to make sure to very clearly and cleanly apply the token and position it so that you can ultimately see exactly where it is. So here we are. I'm just going to indent the back of the paper a little bit so that when we put the little corner plugs in, they'll set nicely so that we can ultimately have them hold the certificate steady. So now what we'll do is we'll take the corner plugs, we'll stick them directly onto the certificate, into those little indentations that we made, and then using your handy dandy CoCreateX medallion, we're going to ultimately push the plug directly into the certificate. So now we've ultimately put the first we put the first plug into the certificate, and now we're going to do the second one. So here we go. And actually, quite frankly, I did a terrible job of this. So Brandon, when we give you your real token, we're going to make sure we do this right. But for the purposes of continuing on, we're going to keep going. So then we take our second plug, and we're going to apply it to the back of the certificate. It'll set inside that indentation, and then ultimately we'll press it in, further securing the certificate to the token. Once that's been completed, what CoCreateX will have done previously is we will have recorded the NFC tag number, we will have recorded the UPC code, and we will store that in our member database so that when you come to our events and you use your token to enter, we can give you credit for attending your CoCreateX event. Then, when we've completed building the token, what we will ultimately do is we will stick it in an envelope. And after sticking it into an envelope and sealing it so that only you, will ever be the next person to open the token, the result is that it's ready for sale.